Hey guys, welcome back to Living Okpakunle. If you are returning back, thank you for your loyalty. Thank you. And please make sure you subscribe, because if you're returning back, you already know this channel is lit. So just go ahead and turn on that subscribe button and your alerts as well, so you can continue to get notified when I do post. If you are new to my channel, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Faith. This is Living Okpakunle. So today, guys, I am going to be recording or letting you guys know how I stay being a super mom at work. That means pumping and making lots of milk for baby Fisayo, which is very hard. But with what I'm about to let you guys know or tell you, you're gonna see how it definitely is doable, manageable, and can be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what my pumping bag looks like. So give me a minute. So this is my pumping bag. I wear it to work. I love this bag because it's like a backpack. Like whoop. Has my little alcohol right here. Well, not alcohol. Hand sanitizer right there. Okay, you open it up. I got my breast pump. I use Ameda Finance. It's cool. It's very portable too. So I use this. I've got my bottles with my phalanges or whatever. I've got my storage bag, which all fell in here, and I love these bags. They're very easy to deal with. I also, underneath here, at the bottom of the bag, it has another storage in here where I put this bag in, where I store my milk after I have poured it into the bag. So this bag, I bought this from Amazon. This did not come with this. I bought all of this from Amazon. So it comes with ice pack where you just freeze up and I put it in here when I'm going to work. Give me 1 minute. My bag also includes my apron. I call it my breastfeeding apron, my pumping apron. But it's, of course, as you can see, it's a cover for when you're breastfeeding your child. But I use it at work to pump. And the reason being is that I pump in the break room. Yes, easy. Also in here is some, what do you call this? Pad, leakage pad. Just in case I over leak, I don't want to mess up my outfit, my work clothes. So I always have an extra in here, which I have used a couple times before, and I'm like, ooh, thank God for that knowledge to do so. All right, so that's all that is in my pumping bag. Now we're gonna go straight to the point on how I am able to return back to work as a breastfeeding nursing mom, and how I keep my stash up, pretty much my baby's breast milk stash up, and how I'm able to manage working long hours, 12-hour shift as a registered nurse that I am, and still pump as frequent as I do, 4 to 5 times within a 12-hour shift. Yes, it is doable, honey. I do it. It's hard, but very doable, very manageable with this few tips I am about to give you. So if you're watching and you want to know how I do it, how I make this much stuff at work, keep watching. If you love this video, if you're liking it so far, go ahead and thumbs up, If you know a friend who is in need of this, because going back to work after maternity leave can be a whole ordeal of its own. That first 2 weeks was very hard on me, but that is why I also try to make sure I create time to pump at work, because I feel like I'm still with her when I'm pumping at work, because I think of her, and it's like I'm taking care of her even when I'm not at home with her. So yes, so going straight, how do I pump 4 to 5 times during a 12-hour shift at work? So I usually wake up around 5 a.m. and that's when Fisayo wakes up to eat. So she usually sucks my breast and empties me out at about 5 a.m. So I usually don't get time to breastfeed, to pump until I am at work. So when I get to work, by clocking about, between about 6:45, I start getting my reports, get myself situated, get to know my patient a little bit from their charts. So the goal is by 8 o'clock or around between 8:30, I have pumped my first round of pumping. And then go ahead and pass my medication, care for my patients, round on my patients. And between 10:30, I am usually done with my first patient care, planning and everything for them in the morning, and then I go again for another round. And that's when I also have my breakfast. And that's why it's easy for me to pump in the break room, because my food is there. And it's closer to the nursing station. So in the middle of a pumping section, if someone calls me, hey, your patient, blah, 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 it's easy to get to me, other than instead of going, running up and down the stairs, which is where we have our designated pumping room for nursing moms. But I tried that the first week when I returned back to work, and I realized that that's not doable for me. That's not going to help me get to my goal of my frequency with pumping, and that is why I bought that extra that nursing apron to help give myself privacy and for people to not see my boobs. They know I'm pumping, they know I'm a nursing mom, but they don't get to see my boobs. Okay? Yes. So pump at 8, pump at 10. The goal is to pump again by 12 o'clock-ish, between 12 to 1 o'clock. That's usually about after I pass my afternoon medication or before I pass my afternoon medication. And then I roughly take my lunch between 2:30 and 3 p.m. So I do my 4th pumping section. And then my final pumping section, I usually pump roughly between 5:30, 6:30, so that I am not super full going home, because when I get home and after I shower, she just want to latch on my boobs. And when they're too full, it feels like I'm drowning my child. Like you go, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, no. So I try to make sure I empty myself before I get home so she can enjoy the food and the breast milk. Okay, so that's pretty doable. So now, how do I create the time to do all that pumping while being the best nurse that I can be and I aspire to be? I think of my child as my 4th, 5th, or 6th patient that I've got to care for, that I have to round on. That makes it easy, knowing that I really, my patients are my priority, but my daughter is also my number 1 priority. So I've got to create that time for her. I've got to create that time to care for her, even though I am at work. So when I think of that when I have that mindset, it makes it easier for me to, hurry up with what I've got to do, prioritize my time, be great with my time management, so that I can make sure I round on my child during that time. So to me, that mindset helps a lot. Think of your child as one more client or one more patient you've got to care for during those times, and create that time. The way you create time for your patient, create time for your child. I think it's very doable. And also, of course, having a great team at work makes a lot of difference, because you can always just tell your charge nurse or your colleague, hey, I'm going to pump. and they're like, okay, I got you. But one thing I always make sure I do is that I round on my patient right before I leave. I let them know, hey, by the way, I'm about to go pump. So they also know that I'm also might be off the floor a few times during my shift. So I round on my patients. That's very important. That gives me less, anxiety, like, are my patients okay while I'm gone? So I round on my patients before I leave the floor to go pump, let my charge nurse and my buddy or any of my co-workers that I'm cool with on the floor know, hey, I'm gonna go pump real quick. I tell them I'm going to do. So they know. So yeah, that usually helps a lot. So on a brief summary of this video, I pump 4 to 5 times in my 12-hour shift as a bedside nurse. I pump in the break room closer for me versus going to another floor where we have our pumping station. I think of my child as another patient to care for, or if you're not a bedside nurse, another client or another task for you to take care of within that time frame, and you get to learn and you get to manage your time to be able to take care of your child. And yeah, and also one more thing, drink a lot of water at work. I know as bedside nurse it is hard to drink water, but think, water is milk. A coworker told me that water is milk. Water is milk. You drink more water, you get full fast, you make more milk. It works, y'all. So drink a lot of water. Try to stay hydrated. Think about it. You're doing it for your child. You're doing it for yourself. Helps you lose that mommy weight too, which I don't think I've lost yet, but it's okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any other question, about breastfeeding, let me know. Comment down below. I love breastfeeding. I've been doing it, and I exclusively breastfed / provided breast milk for Fisayo for her first 6 months of life. Like, that was my goal. I'm like, okay, but I start drying up after 6 months, it's cool. I did my due diligence of giving her that 6 months. But my goal is to continue breastfeeding until the breast dries up, I guess, if it does. But between a year to a year and a half of breastfeeding will be great. I don't know how this video sounds, but I just wanted to make it because that was something I was worried about when I was, after my maternity leave, returning back to work. It's like, how am I gonna keep up with breast pumping and making milk for Fisayo? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I'm just everywhere, but it's here. That's how I do it. That's how I hope to continue to do it. And y'all, you see the stash? This is 6 months, like, still going. And she eats a lot too. But I'm still doing it. I am still doing it, trying to be a boss mom and a boss bedside nurse. Okay? I believe you can do it. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Go back to work and pump and take care of our child while you're being the best nurse you can be for your patients as well. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and share this to friends or family members that you know needs this information and how to return to work breastfeeding. Okay? Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, comment, and share. I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day.